And so begins the wait. After 4 years, we got a second season of ReZero, and now we have just finished the 12th and final episode of the second season, part 2. And so begins the wait. Will it be 2025 before we see the next season, or what? That's the big question at this point. But yeah, I just finished the 12th and final episode of ReZero, second season, part 2. And I'm happy. I'm happy that we left off without any cliffhangers. Technically, with the first season, we did kind of leave off on a nice chapter close as well, even though there was technically a quick scene right after that pretty much left the big cliffhanger that we started the second season with, which was, who's Rem. But yeah, we are now officially starting the wait period. Unless you decide to go read the light novel, which I do have them. I don't have them past the point of the current adaptation. I'm debating if I want to go ahead and jump into that or not because I honestly think we're going to get another huge wait time. I really don't. It sadly at the end of the last episode we didn't get any kind of confirmation, which we didn't in the first season as well. And I don't remember how long it took before they announced the second season. I think it was quite a bit of time. I want to say it was a good 2 years before we got the announcement, I believe. But yeah, I don't see us getting a third season anytime soon, just because of how they handled the second season. But we'll see. But yeah, the episode it was good overall. Like I said, I do appreciate the fact that it did have a nice close to it. It didn't feel like we were hanging on anything. But yeah, it was pretty much just a fight with the rabbits. Got to see Subaru pretty much channeling Beatrice's power. We did get confirmation that they did make a pact, and so they fought a little bit. Amelia helped them, raising an entire area, which was pretty crazy, and then having Beatrice kind of transport them to another dimension. And that was a nice way to kind of get rid of the bunnies. They're just going to eat each other for forever in another dimension, I guess. I guess that's where they're going with that. Had a nice little scene with everybody getting a nice little payback punch on Rose Wall. Even had Petra smack him, which was great. But everybody got a nice little hit, and apparently Amelia, all she wanted was a sorry. So that's Amelia for you, nice and pure Amelia. Yeah. Oh yeah. Before then, we had the trope appear. Apparently, Puck told Amelia that she's pregnant now because she kissed Subaru. So I knew the moment that she said that she had a baby. I mean, yeah, there was a side of me that's like, what if this is like some crazy twist that she's always had this child inside of her, and she's never said anything to Subaru. But no, I kind of immediately my mind went to, here we go, the kiss is a pregnancy thing. It was funny that he was kind of mentioning the stork and everything like that, which I'm not sure exactly is the direct translation, but I was also frustrated at the fact that they. I don't understand this, and I wonder if it's just a messed up translation or just something that didn't translate well to an adapted form. But I was mentioning in the previous episode that is odd that they still have not shown Echidona's face because Amelia straight up said, "Who is this?" when she's seen Echidona in the chamber. And then we have Rosewall and Beatrice go in there and they confirm, yeah, this is mom. They end up finally showing her face. And what was frustrating is like it's like, okay, so she's a little older. why why couldn't Amelia recognize her? That's what doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, she's younger in the trials than when Amelia's seen her, but she still had the same hair, had the same eyebrows, colors. Uh, it's just her face was a little bit longer and a little older. Not that she was a different person. So at least say she looks like Ekidona or something like that. But anyways, like I said, it just feels like that didn't translate well or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but despite that, had a nice little scene between Beatrice and Rosewall. We got a reveal that Rosewall, the current Rosewall, is technically still the original Rosewall. Come to find out that he had in fact pulled off the soul transcription that Ekidona was trying to do. So really hitting on the point here that this is the same Rosewall that Beatrice knew from 400 years ago, and he did pull off this soul transfer thing, Majiggy, which has something to the fact that it was had something to do with he needed somebody of likeness blood. So obviously one of his own children, basically his bloodline is what kind of pulled it off. I guess is the assumption there. But yeah, good old scene there. Beatrice got to smack him before. So basically, Beatrice got the first hit. Beatrice gets her hit in, and then right after that, everybody else gets their hit in, getting their payback. And then we kind of find out that when they were trying to find out, well, is he going to work with us? Garf's obviously like, no, I don't want none of this. Kind of find out that he made what was it called? He has an oath seal. This oath seal is basically an after effect of the kind of competition that he had with Subaru. Since Subaru won, he got this oath pack thing, and if he does anything to harm the people in that room, his soul basically burns away. So, which was kind of interesting if you kind of note the idea that this is one of those moments where you're like, yeah, I still don't really trust you. If you're willing to do all the crap that you just did, I don't really trust you. I do feel like he has a little bit of a redemption in him, but at the same time, he left that really open-ended. Like, he's saying basically, I can't do anything to harm you in here. And then the conversation that he has later with Subaru at the Knighthood, he's basically saying at that point, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still after my teacher. And he's going to be watching Subaru, and he feels that Subaru is the way to get to this path, which is it's a trope. It's the idea of, you are obviously the person I need to follow. You'll get me to my goal somehow. So that's an easy way of following you, basically. He also reveals, or they introduce a new character, which is of the Melode Familia, or Familia, saying Familia like it's Don Machi. The Melode family branch, which is Melode family, which is a branch of the Mathers family, which is what Roswald is part of. And he's specifically pointing out this Anna Rose, who has apparently is head over heels for Amelia, which is another curious thing because we've always kind of established up to this point that everybody sees Amelia as kind of a bad thing. Like, she is a horrible race. Everybody despises her existence because of the past and, the whole thing with the witch. And to have another person that is similar to Subaru, who kind of is not just like Roswald's like accepting her. Ram and Rem, they're accepting her. Puck loves her, obviously, but he's a spirit. But a normal person loving Amelia is a different thing. And like I said, we've only really had Subaru be the only one that was doing this, and this what was so shocking to her. And to obviously have another person in this world that is head over heels for her is a little weird. And so I kind of feel it's another kind of oddity of this episode is establishing there is another person that seen past who she is as a race and to who she is as a person. So very curious. A couple little shots of her being pretty jealous of Subaru, so I'm sure we'll have a nice little goofy triangle happening in the further storytelling with her. Yeah, but that's that. Knighthood little scene was kind of cool. Cute little scenes of Amelia kind of breaking a little bit from what Subaru's saying. Oathing to his parents obviously seemed to get a little bit to her as well. Nice little scene afterwards on the porch. Her kind of saying, come to my room. I got some things to kind of go over, and obviously his mind goes somewhere different, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Amelia's too pure, dude. But yeah, and I really do like this scene on the porch specifically because it was kind of a scene that you've seen how different Subaru is. Like it's so funny because I defended Subaru a lot with the first season because a lot of people hated him, and rightfully so. He was really obnoxious. He's this kind of super taku acting goofball that's just constantly acting like he's out of some goofy sketch comedy Japanese show. But him as a character for me in the first season was like his breaking. That was the thing that got me. Everybody's like, he's whiny. He's like, he's dying, dude. Nobody knows what he's going through. Nobody can relate to what he's going through, so he's acting weird because he's going through some crazy stuff. Just like Shinji from Evangelion. Nobody can understand them. They're acting weird because you don't understand them because they're doing this things that's not normal. But anyways, but I think in this particular scene, despite the entire season, you have these moments where he's acting doofy. In this particular scene, you're seeing him. He looks very adult. Like he's looking. His knightlyhood is really shining. He looks like he's more grown up. He's been through some stuff, and he's growing as a character. And it really did kind of make me kind of take a step back and go, I wonder if this character is really going places beyond this point, or is in the next following arcs he's back to being goofy Subaru. Because I'm not sure if you can really, honestly, I don't think you can change him that significantly. But I just kind of wonder with all the stuff he's kind of been through, something's got to change. Like he's got to change like how he trusts people or something that makes him feel like he's definitely more mature. And in a situation like this, you're definitely going to mature a lot quicker than you would in like a normal living experience. But yeah, it is sad because I if you really dug in me, I almost felt a little bit disappointed in this episode, and I almost wanted to say it's because I wanted more doors to open with the show, but then I have to stop myself because saying that technically leads me to acknowledge that I want them to, source material bait. This didn't do that, which is great. Thank you so much for not feeling like, ugh, I didn't have a chapter close. I feel like where's the next episode? Like, oh gosh, I need the next episode. And that's a feeling you don't really want, especially with a series that you know is going to have another 4 years before we get more of it. But I guess I wanted more doors closed with the series, like more insights to thing. And I think that's something I want to get into more with my review, is this idea that I almost feel like it's been long enough. We need to start getting into the witches and the Pandora and everything. This stuff is just, I feel like they're showing too much stuff that's not being explained at this point. So, but that doesn't really affect the episode itself. The episode itself is fantastic, and we've made a nice little kind of chapter into it. But it did feel a little bit uneventful, even though we did technically have Roswaal join them. We technically had him get his knighthood. Everybody's happy. So, yeah. But overall, solid episode. Really did enjoy it. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Again, I will be doing a review of the season later. But I hope you guys enjoyed this impression of episode 12 of second season part 2 of ReZero. And as always, if you did like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you all enjoyed, and y'all take care.